is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all about how to plan for your holiday Disney World vacation. I am all things Christmas now that Halloween is over. I'm so excited. I thought the holiday season sweatshirt was more than appropriate. It does have Mickey on it down here. I'm so excited to share these tips with you guys. We have done Christmas at Disney twice now, and we are coming up on our third Christmas Disney trip, so I have lots to share. Whether you are finalizing your plans for this holiday season at Disney World, or you are planning for next year to spend November, December, Christmas time at Disney, I hope you find these tips helpful. But before we dive in, my name is Bekah. I share all kinds of Disney planning content, tips for taking a toddler to Disney World, as well as vlogs from our latest Disney trip. And we do have some Christmas Disney vlogs coming very soon, like I mentioned, so you will definitely want to stick around for those. So make sure that you are subscribed if you are not already, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you are planning a Disney Christmas trip. I would love to know how many Christmas Disney goers we have. But let's go ahead and dive into today's video. Tip number one is to have the right expectations. Resorts are gonna fill up quick, park reservations go fast, and it's going to be extremely crowded. So if you go into your trip knowing those things, especially if you are planning for next year, go ahead and book your resort now. That way you're able to get exactly what you're wanting, and then if a discount drops later on, you can always switch that out for the discount, assuming it applies. And if you are planning for this year and you have not already purchased your tickets, I would purchase those today. That way you can book your park reservations as soon as possible, because they go so fast, especially in December. And I'm pretty sure certain parks are already full for Christmas Day and New Year's Eve. So get those park reservations booked as soon as possible. And same thing with the crowds. Everything is going to have a line. Everything is going to take just a little bit longer. So if you go into your trip knowing those things and you're prepared, you'll be able to enjoy your time so much more if that's your expectation. So enjoy just being at Disney, and we'll get into Genie Plus and how to utilize rides and early entry here in just a minute. But if your goal is to ride all the rides and do all the things, you are going to be very disappointed, because there's just not enough time in the day for that, and the lines are just too long. So if you're able to just enjoy being at Disney and taking in the ambiance, enjoying the decorations and the holiday atmosphere, it's just a really special time of year. And if that's your goal, is just to enjoy that, you're going to have a fantastic time. Tagging off of that, my next tip is to take advantage of early theme park entry and extended evening hours if you are staying at a deluxe resort. Early theme park entry is available to anyone staying at any Disney resort, so take advantage of it. This allows you into certain attractions 30 minutes earlier than other normal guests. Sometimes this means, again, that you are getting to the park an hour and a half before the park actually opens. And I know that sounds crazy, like super crazy early, but if your goal is to take advantage of that early theme park entry and get some really great family photos while the park crowds are at its lowest, take advantage of this time. Same thing if you are staying at a deluxe resort for extended evening hours, take advantage of that time window. The crowds are going to start to dwindle at the end of the night, especially after whatever the fireworks show is, Phantasmic, Harmonious, Enchantment, anything like that. Whatever the show is, the crowds are gonna start to dwindle after that. And then if it's an extended evening hour night, stay and take advantage of it, because that's really the time of day that you're going to accomplish more than you would at 2 in the afternoon while the crowds are at its peak. So take advantage of those early mornings and late nights. I know it sounds exhausting, but maybe pick one instead of doing both. I don't know, some people love to do both on the same day, but if you pick one, it's a really great way to maximize your time in the parks during a very crowded time of year. My next tip is to purchase Genie Plus. And I know with the price increase, it can be tough to justify, but I think during this time of year especially, it's worth it. Maybe it's something that you utilize on just 1 or 2 of your park days. It's not something you have to purchase for your entire week, but maybe pick 1 or 2 of your days that you know this is gonna be a go, go, go. We're really gonna maximize Genie Plus, and you know, it's gonna be a very ride heavy day. You will definitely be able to do more in the parks, get through rides quicker, and I think it's just gonna make your day a little more pleasant knowing how bad the crowds are gonna be. So pick just 1 or 2 days, or do all of your days. I don't know what your budget is, but Genie Plus is a must, and pick what park makes sense for your family. If you are trying to narrow it down, if you have little kids, maybe go with Magic Kingdom. If your kids are older, maybe go with Hollywood Studios. So just determine what works best for your family, but either way, do Genie Plus. It's going to help so much. All right, switching gears with this next tip, let's talk about packing, because this is the #1 question that I get from people who are traveling to Disney in the winter cooler months is, what in the world do I pack? What do I wear? My recommendation is to bring layers. Lots of layers, lots of options, because in the mornings it can tend to be pretty cool, and then it warms up and gets pretty hot in the afternoons, and then it's gonna cool back down and it could potentially be in the 50s or the 40s at night. So if you are staying late in the parks to watch the fireworks, the worst thing in the world is to be in shorts and a tank top and it's 50 degrees out. And then same thing if you wear jeans and a sweatshirt and it's 85 degrees by lunchtime and you are just drenched in sweat. So to avoid both of those situations, pack in layers, bring lots of options, and have everything readily available with you, and be prepared for whatever the weather scenario could bring. My next tip is to factor in sit-down meals and make dining reservations. And maybe you're thinking, I'm a quick service only kind of family. We don't do table service meals. It's just too pricey. It takes too much time out of our day. Whatever the case is, maybe this is the trip where you make the exception to table service meals, because quick service locations are crazy. I mean, we've been talking about the crowds, right? So finding a table, trying to get your drinks, forks, napkins, the whole deal, it's gonna be pretty chaotic at a lot of these quick service locations in the parks specifically. So if you can avoid that for at least one of your meals and have a table service reservation where you can get away from that for a little bit, I really enjoy having 1 meal per day where we can cool off. We have a table waiting for us that we have made a reservation for. We have someone come to us and take our order, get our drinks, everything we need. It's just really nice to get away from the crowds and have a little bit of breathing room. So I definitely recommend, especially during the holiday season, to make dining reservations. But that is my recommendation, is to have at least 1 table service sit-down meal every day. My next tip is to double check park hours the days leading up to your trip. Park hours change and get adjusted all the time, and the last thing you want is to be taken off guard because Magic Kingdom now opens an hour earlier, or you didn't know that Epcot was open now an hour later. Whatever the case is, double check those park hours. Another reason this is really helpful, especially at Magic Kingdom, is to know when the party days are. If you weren't aware that a Christmas party was happening on that day at Magic Kingdom that you have a reservation for, that's so disappointing to find out that now your park day has been cut short at 6 p.m. when the park closes to regular guests, because the party starts at 7 p.m. So make sure that you double check when those Christmas party days are if you are not planning to attend the party. Know what days you want to be in Magic Kingdom. Another strategy would be to intentionally plan your Magic Kingdom day on a Christmas party day, because a lot of the crowds are gonna go to other parks for that very reason. They're looking for a full park day, and if Magic Kingdom closes at 6, a lot of people are going to avoid the park on that day. So that actually may be a good day to plan on Magic Kingdom. So if you're intentionally doing it that way, great, but know what you're getting yourself into and know when the park closes, and make sure your park reservations line up the way you want them to with Christmas party days at Magic Kingdom, if that makes sense. All right, now let's move on to all the fun things that you can find at the resorts and at the parks during the holiday season. So let's start with resorts, because This is one of my favorite things to do at Disney during Christmas time, is to go to all of the deluxe resorts and see the Christmas decorations. The most popular resort, I would say, during Christmas time is the Grand Floridian because of the giant gingerbread house. And you can actually purchase gingerbread cookies, these little gingerbread shingles from the house. It's so cool to see, and my toddler loves it. It's a main attraction, honestly, and the lines can get pretty long, but it's so worth it to stop in and see the trees and the decorations here, and then the gingerbread house, and then you can get on the monorail and check out some of the other resorts and see all of their Christmas decorations. It's just a really fun way to spend a non-park day, and you can kind of go resort to resort, seeing everything they have to offer. Another one of my favorite resorts to see during Christmas time is the Wilderness Lodge. You guys, this resort, it just screams Christmas time. I don't know, the smell, the tree, you can sit in front of the fire, it just has all the right feels to it. And they usually have one or two fun little Christmas treats at the quick service, so this would be another great stop if you are looking to just walk around and check out this resort during Christmas. It's really, really beautiful. But any of the resorts are going to be beautiful during Christmas time, especially if you head over to the Epcot area resorts, the Boardwalk, Beach Club, Yacht Club. They have some really beautiful things for Christmas as well, and lots of holiday treats you can find at the resort. So just make a day out of it. This is so much fun to kind of do a little resort tour during Christmas time and see all of the decorations and stop and get a little holiday treat at each resort. It's really, really special and just honestly the highlight of our Christmas trips. All right, now let's talk about Magic Kingdom, because the main event at Magic Kingdom is Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which happens on select nights. The Christmas party is very, very popular. So if you are planning to do this and factor this into your trip, I would get your tickets as soon as possible, especially for next year. If you are planning early, whenever they release those Christmas party dates, I would just go ahead and buy it right then. That way you don't have to risk that party day selling out. And if you are not planning on attending the Christmas party, which I should add, we have never done the Christmas party before. So we have never felt like we have to do this in order to have a great Christmas trip at Disney World. We never felt like we missed out on anything, and we just preferred to spend our time a little bit differently, especially because we had at the time a baby and now a toddler, and I would rather save that for when she's a little bit older and can stay up super late past midnight, and we can enjoy that as a family together. Don't feel like you have to do the Christmas party if you are going during Christmas time. You can absolutely enjoy Magic Kingdom without the party. I've heard it's great, but here's my tip if you are not planning on going to the party, if you are going to be at Disney the last week of December, because the parties have actually ended at this point. So you can actually see the Christmas time parade twice during normal park hours at Magic Kingdom. So if you weren't able to get to the party, or maybe your trip dates overlap with party days and the last week of December, you actually can see the Christmas party parade during normal park hours without purchasing a Christmas party ticket, or maybe you missed out on the Christmas party because you're coming for New Year's. This is a fun way to see the parade. That's pretty much it for Christmas at Magic Kingdom. You do have the castle projections at the end of the night, which are beautiful, but that's pretty much it. Moving on to Epcot, the big highlight here is Festival of the Holidays, which I love this festival so much, and this is included with your park ticket. This is not something extra you have to buy into. This is basically you getting to try different food and drinks from around the world at different countries at Epcot in the World Showcase. And of course, everything is themed to the holidays. It just feels like a very cozy festival. It has lots of warm comfort foods and lots of desserts with peppermint and chocolate and gingerbread. So lots of Christmassy holiday things here, and it definitely gets me in the Christmas spirit. So I love Festival of the Holidays. Another one of our favorite things during Christmas is the candlelight processional. This is just a spectacular show where a celebrity narrator comes out and they present the story of Jesus. There's an orchestra, a choir. It's just stunning. It's heartwarming. It honestly brings me to tears. It's very moving, and it's a must do on your Epcot day. It's just beautiful. Next is Hollywood Studios, and you'll find on the Hollywood Tower Hotel some really fun holiday projections, and it just makes Sunset Boulevard the place to be. I don't know, it's just out of everywhere in Hollywood Studios, that's the place that you want to spend your time. And they have, at the end of the night, Snope is what it's called, so that'll come out at the end of the night. So it's really fun for kids, and you know, super, super cute. And then they do have it throughout the day, different show times, the Santa Claus Motorcade. Which is basically just a mini parade where you can see Santa and different characters. And then if you do have a reservation at Hollywood and Vine, this is a character meal for lunch and dinner. All of the characters there are dressed up in their Christmas attire. So this is a really great way to get all of those cute Christmas pictures with the characters at a lunch or dinner reservation. So that's another really special thing that they do during the holidays. And lastly, Animal Kingdom. This is probably the park that has the least amount of Christmassy things. I do believe at the end of the night, the Tree of Life Awakening has a holiday addition to it. So that's really the only unique thing happening here. But of course the decorations are beautiful, and it's a great park to just walk around and enjoy the atmosphere during Christmas. But I do think because it has the least amount of holiday offerings here, it draws the least amount of crowds too. So that's something else to consider. So if there's a day where you're wanting to avoid at least some of the crowds, Animal Kingdom may be the park to go to kind of get a little bit of a break. But it's still a beautiful park to walk around and see their Christmas tree and all of their decorations. And then lastly, Disney Springs, I did have to add this in. You can find the Christmas tree stroll here. So this is another really fun thing to do on a non-park off day. But basically you'll get to see all of these Christmas trees themed to different characters and movies. It's just a really fun thing to do at Disney Springs that doesn't cost anything extra. And you can meet Santa here at Disney Springs. So that's another really fun meet and greet that's unique to Disney Springs. And I do believe that there's a virtual queue that you can join once you get to Disney Springs. Instead of having to wait in a crazy long line, you could go grab dinner, go grab a cupcake or shop or, you know, whatever, and then go get in line and meet Santa with your virtual queue. So that's something else really fun that Disney Springs offers. All right, well that is it. Those are all of my tips for enjoying and making the most of your Christmas Disney World trip, whether it's this year or if you're planning for next year, and then kind of breaking down what each park and some of the resorts have to offer. That way you kind of know what to expect a little bit. So thank you guys so much for watching. I would love for you to subscribe. That way you can catch our Christmas vlogs coming soon. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up as well if you found this helpful. And I think that's it for today, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.